Right. I was going to play a recording. I rang Caroline Ansell's mobile earlier today. This is my last night. I've used all the pennies up. So I don't think I have enough money for food for 2 weeks, but I was absolutely shattered. And I mean shattered. I spent an hour waiting for shelter emergency helpline, and then when I spent over 40 minutes speaking to someone who in the end was interrupting me and then hung up on me because I said, would you let me finish speaking? And that was someone from the emergency shelter helpline. Yeah, and as for BHT, they're full to capacity. They're just full of lies, full of lies. Dan Saxby from BHT said to go to the local government social care ombudsman for compensation because a lot of homeless people were being detained by the police. What a load of rubbish that was, because me and Juliet went through that process. Look, Juliet, if you're watching, you know, why are you listening to these vile people who wanted me to lose that flat that I finally got into? And Karen, the care coordinator who put me in there, was sacked. And you're a support worker for South Down Housing Association, just like my sister, for the same South Down Housing Association that exploited me, made me sign a homeless application form 6 days before my mother died. And you've just sat back and allowed them to take my flat that I only had for 4 months. And you've witnessed crimes, you've witnessed everything. You've emailed Caroline Ansell. I was on the phone to her mobile today. I've lost the recording. I've lost the damn recording. I was actually going to play it. I was in two minds about playing that recording of me speaking to Caroline Ansell MP on her personal mobile number. Doesn't make any difference anyway, because she won't do anything. And I've got something very important to say, because this is the end. I've had my emergency shelter taken from me. The emergency shelter that you, Juliet, wanted me to go to. Then you went up north. That emergency shelter was taken from me. There was a free room and bed there that someone could have been in, that I should have been in. So I've had the flat taken and the emergency shelter. In the cold and rain, forced into street homelessness. But I've used the last of my pennies to fund a hotel, and any money that I do have, I'll be starving next. I've tried all the helplines, everything. I'm being lied to. I'm being told that I'll get a shelter, rubbish, blah, 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 blah. This is the end of me, okay? You can have a look at Facebook to see what the police did to me. See the torture. Juliet, why you would listen to someone from police abusing powers when their community, I went to them when I fled that room for my safety, to self-fund a hotel for 9 months for my safety, because I was being attacked by actual convicted criminals who'd come out of prison, which you are a witness to. And Tina Chave of the Independent Advice Network, oh, I'm saying it again, the friend of Dan from Police Abusing Powers, who in that hotel, in the Cavendish Hotel that I self-funded for 9 months for my safety, she said, I will offer you all this legal help, got charitable rights organisations on standby in London, blah, 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 blah. I'll help you to help others. You're stronger than you think. Then she retracted that help. Then people from the police abusing powers community started contacting the MP office. I don't know what they said, but whatever they said and did, it's caused the Caroline Ansell MP office to block me from going to them. But I spoke to her today, even though pardon me, I really do not want to speak to that woman. But I decided this is the end of my life. This is the end of Bryony. Have a look on my Facebook wall and you can see where Warrior Wales has said, Dragle, whatever his name is, Facebook name, pseudonym name, he said that there are people in that community who want to see me suicide. So why, Juliet, would you listen to someone called Dan Brown or Daniel Brown, whom I blocked on Facebook, saying, I hope you lose your flat? You've witnessed crimes at Belmore Road. You witnessed crimes at SDR Living, the flat that I've just lost. Those crimes were also committed, by the way, in your flat, Juliet. Yes, I had paramedics were ringing me. I didn't know your address. I didn't call them. But I had anonymous calls ringing me, which I later put on YouTube. So the crimes against me have the anonymous harassing calls, and I have collated a whole video and put it on Facebook, and I've been trolled by Dan, and Warrior Wales has joined on the thread underneath where I've been trolled, under that video where I've collated evidence of crimes against me. Juliet, if you have heard of Tina Chave of the Independent Advice Network, why don't you get onto her and say, why the hell did you offer her legal help, say that she shouldn't be in these places if she's on severe disability, retract the help, then threaten her? Because she threatened me. The number of times I've mentioned her on my videos, but she hasn't followed it up through with, has she? I've mentioned her again. Tina Chave of the Independent Advice Network. Please do take me to court, because that recording you would not have a leg to stand on. If you saved that recording of the phone call of me and you're falsely offering me help, please do. Anyway, nowhere to go, nothing to do but kill myself, basically. However, I've spoken to a man on Facebook today. I actually spoke to him word by mouth. Not going to say who he is, but he's from up north, from where you're from, Juliet. And he actually offered me a job and a roof over my head, but everything's tied up here. He's got an event on Friday to do with sovereignty and our rights, and it's to do with not letting the Prince Charles. It's to do with treason, because if he is crowned king, if the coronation goes ahead, then the New World Order, what's her name, will start. Words to that effect. Anyway, I'll just repeat what I was saying because I've lost my video. So, the nice man downstairs who put these Christian books through the door, who escaped being kidnapped in South Africa, had his business stolen from him, his hotel, everything, by the police. That's South Africa for you. My birth godparents, my biological grandparents, I met them in George and Cape Town. We went to Cape Town and George. I've been to South Africa, but yes, it's a dangerous country. That nice night porter was saying to me how well, he doesn't believe in the Illuminati, but you know, it's very difficult. He likes Joyce Meyer, and I think she's a false teacher because she's a prosperity teacher. But then he's got a point, though. Who are we to judge? I don't know. It's like the Jews are hated because they're prosperous. It comes from Yahweh and their faith. So who's to judge? But he's got a point. He's got a point. And in the same way, you've got to be careful with the truthers community. But this man who wants to help me, he'll write a letter to the council and he's blown me away. He has, with his legalese, not knowledge under common law. And I don't want to say who he is, even if people know who I'm talking about, because I just don't know what to do. But this man has offered me support, and he's the only person ever to have tried to have actually taken the Queen to court. But she didn't go to court because her barristers put a stop to it, apparently. So yeah, but he's got an event this Friday, and I'd love to go to it, but I don't have the money. And the council are threatening to get rid of my things. So, if I could just get on a train and go to Blackpool, pardon me, but I don't have anything. Now, I don't know what to do. He said, "Have you got friends and family?" I said, I had a partner who was arrested, and he said, "Well, what's he doing?" So, Darren, if you're watching, the police said to you, if you ever have a problem with her, let us know. And I've seen 7 years of my life go down the drain because of all of this. You said Juliet's my friend, and Juliet said that you were abusing me over the set of keys. I asked Eben to contact Juliet, and she wouldn't, but she did it behind my back. Then Eben threatened to get rid of my things. Juliet also abused me by calling the police and the paramedics and getting her mum to come in and say, "Juliet's not your friend." So really, I'm sick of all of you doing this cowardly, narcissistic playground abuse. Because why, Juliet? You don't want me to mention your text messages, but why? Why would you do that? And why don't you want me to? You're not being honest with me. You've allowed me to lose my home and my shelter. And you got your mother to come in. You let me stay at your flat, and then you get people coming in saying, "We don't want you here." Is this all about looking like a do-gooder or something? Because if you're not my friend, what are you, Juliet? What are you? Because you're not my friend. You're not my support worker. But under common law of the land, this man who wants to help me, he's saying to me, "You won't get the help because you're blacklisted, because you've made them look bad. I'm blacklisted." He's saying what I already know, but he's confirming it for me. I've been blacklisted from legal aid and from everything because I will make them look bad for their crimes against me. But he knows how to do it. He's gone to court for so many people and got them compensation. But if he can just, at the very least, get them to save my possessions, because I really am at the end now. This is the end of Bryony's. I was absolutely shattered. I can't even find the words to describe what this has done to me. And this is all the whilst the executor of my late mother's estate, and now even the receptionists, are hanging up on me saying we've got other callers. They're doing what all these other scammers and adult social care are doing. They're hanging up on me, doing nothing. Have you tried the Samaritans? Samaritans aren't going to do anything. The emergency shelter helpline for homelessness, he hung up on me. I've had my emergency shelter taken from me and I'm on severe disability. They want me dead. Do you get it? Do you get it yet? John Alexander Patterson, whom this man has helped so many people. He helped someone win, was it, what did he say, £125,000 in compensation. I don't know what it was for. He's heard of John Alexander Patterson, yes. I met John Alexander Patterson in the psychiatric unit, who was there on a mental health fraud, and he was there exposing fraud, theft, and money laundering. Right now, the executor of my late mother's estate, and what's her name, Jonathan, blocked me because I was texting them all this information, and they blocked me. And they're telling me to do all the stuff I've done at a basic level, whilst these crimes against humanity and my sovereignty have been committed against me, so that I don't have a leg to stand on. So yes, I'm blacklisted by the Freemasons, by whatever you want to call them. Now this lovely man, he doesn't believe the Illuminati exists. But yes, go to Bible, go to scripture. But we know about the satanic. I know the testimonies. He doesn't realise just how much I've seen, because there was only so much that I told him. I met victims of satanic ritual abuse in the psychiatric unit that Freemasons put in there. I can't say what I've been told about John Wedger, but and I don't want to comment because it's not for me to say, but what other people have said, it goes beyond what, well, he always seemed like a brave man to me, but I thought that I couldn't understand why he hung up on me and wasn't interested and said the things that he did. But then that's the truth community. But there's been a divine intervention, and if this person can help me, then let them help me. Because seriously, I do not know what to do anymore. I've got nowhere to go. I've been crying. My heart is heavy. I keep saying I want my mother. I want my mummy and daddy. That's what I keep saying. I can't cope. You can't do it. And yeah, trauma hits you later in life. But I do feel, I knew that I was blacklisted because I've told the truth. Call a spade a spade. At a basic level, no one will help. What can I do? I'm frightened. I am praying all the time, but where's Darren? Where's, all this narcissistic abuse, all this, you're playing like you're using me, abusing me, because you're pointing the finger. It's not me, it's him. It's not me, it's her. It's you. It's not me, it's you. At the end of the day, Darren, Juliet, Eben, and you weren't even meant to know where I live because you were arrested for domestic abuse, Darren, in Eben's flat, and Eben has abused me. And the woman who was meant to support me, the care coordinator, has been sacked. The woman who got me that flat, and that flat has been taken from me. And Juliet is listening to a fake community, police abusing powers, Dan with his troll accounts, Dan Brown, and the other one that he's trolled me on Facebook with. And And in their Discord group, apparently they want to see me suicide, police abusing powers. Yet Dan had emailed me to say that this Scott Andrew Horn was supporting me last year when I self-funded the Cavendish for my safety when Tina Che falsely offered me help. And he was reported to the police by the MP office, Lucy, and the House of Commons. The House of Commons. But anyway, so I haven't got the recording of my phone call to Caroline's mobile number, but I might ring her again. Because this is the end of Bryony McCarthy and I've got nowhere to go, no money left. This is me finished. Bye.